game in this best of 5 underway between the Miners and the Mavericks.
I don't know if I would have opened it up that way, but it does make for an entertaining start to the series. We got Missouri S&T sitting on the blue side and UT Arlington on the orange, including Samba, who starts us off with a quick first goal.
They are not wasting any time at all, and that's got to be the key for the Mavericks here. Do not let Missouri S&T get any momentum early. Jump on top of them, get an early goal, and try to get them kind of doubting themselves at each other. We'll see if that continues here. Samba already up for another. Bernie there to meet him. And boy, remember how good Bernie was just last week. I believe it was against... Oh, who was it last week? We saw Bernie absolutely take over a series. And it almost single-handedly brought Missouri S&T back into that series.
I think it was against Washington.
Yes, Washington State. And you're just wondering, all right, is anybody else going to step up?
Right, that's going to be the big thing. I mean, looking at Missouri S&T, confidence is a key factor, and time has all the confidence behind that shot. Tied up ball game in game 1.
Is somebody going to step up? Yes, Bernie sets us up in the corner. And this is, I think, kind of a maturing moment there for Bernie. I think normally he would have just chased that into the corner and tried to take a shot. Had a little faith in time that time. Leaves that for time. He puts it in. We're all tied up. And now Bernie can take this because they're going to give him that. It's free real estate. 2-1.
This is a quick 2-goal swing here for Missouri S&T. Neva sitting last here, and Bernie ends up just getting an open net to look at. He's not going to miss that opportunity. So a quick lead here for MST.
The kickoff is a guaranteed 50-50. You don't know where the ball is going. And still, everybody's like, I'll just leave the net open. It's fine. All right, that's fine. 2-1. We'll see what happens from here. Sugar getting a shot off that Adverse will jump in front of. So the lead only remains 2-1, and we'll see now if UT Arlington can get that goal back and erase that kickoff goal.
You know, you sat there and you talked about, improvement on players. But one player who really had a large peak is Adverse. He was one of the players when, coming into his CRL debut, like across the entire RL esports space, was a strong up-and-comer, at least in the bubble scene. Since then, he's been a bit quiet. And I think, he's looking to get back into that spot. A good win and a good dunk like that's the start. Adverse getting on the board.
Who's quiet? Who's quiet again? Adverse. Look at this. Just bulldozes right through Sugar. Gets by time. Oh, a spicy goal. 2-2. All knotted up early on in game 1.
That's like a reverse caster curse. That's everything you want. That's everything you want right there.
You want to host the grid overtime? Maybe we actually get some OTs for a change.
I think there was that one where you had plenty of OTs without me, okay? That being said, this one, it's been a hot start between these two. UT Arlington able to get back on the board. This one's been a shootout so far in game 1. Missouri S&T with a couple of quick goals here. They've been able to catch UT Arlington out on the jump mainly. A couple of quick chances. Time with a good shot. Besides that, Missouri S&T, no real consistent offense. Both of these teams have been scoring goals off of drives like Sugar, looking for a chance there. Time will try to keep this in play, but it looks like possession's going to change.
Throw the ball at the net, hope something good happens. It might be about to be for the for the Miners. This ball will skip through and Sugar will have it. Right back into the zone, but he's giving it up to either Nava or Samba. It will be Nava dancing by time, almost getting around Bernie as well. Sugar coming on in a double commit may be costly for Missouri S&T. Bernie will try to keep this alive, but it should be Mavericks ball finally coming out of the zone. Samba, not a lot of boost to work with. I don't think he had any. Nava's still going to get a shot off, and he's saved by the crossbar.
Oh, Samba's still trying to push it in. He's looking to see if he can get these 50s going. This is some good pressure for UT Arlington. But with that touch from Nava, it's going to go to the side. Samba plays another 50 again. But this is some good, at least controlled possession for UT Arlington. They'll finally see how they act on the breakaway. And it's all Bernie. He opens up the net. But there's no follow-up from the defense. Sugar gets a free pass all the time. Shot comes in. Adverse there for the save.
It's not
Oh,
the
wait,
first
no one's
opportunity
home.
that burns you. It's the second. And Bernie scores on the rebound. Nobody could get back. Look at time. You got the bump on Nava.
Oh, and Adverse was sitting so low at boost. Looks like he had 9 after he had the initial clear. And you got to keep that in mind. Although he's in a tough spot, getting clears that can pretty much nullify the chance for a follow-up so important. But like you said, there was also a bump on the play. Just a recipe for disaster for UTA. And now the Miners have the lead.
Bernie trying to center, but he whiffed on it. So here goes Samba and Nava. Samba full tank of boost. A lot of time to work with.
Man.
Perfect pass to Adverse, but the save made by Bernie. Oh, some incredible clutch saves made out of Bernie all throughout the early stage of this season for the Missouri S&T Miners. Maybe the biggest reason that they're not 0-5 right now and that they've actually got a few games under their belt. A lot of demolitions back and forth. Time trying to throw one in front for the man of the hour, Bernie. And instead, he'll have to take that away from Adverse.
Now look at this. Bernie in a tough spot. We'll get a clear into the corner. Missouri S&T, all they have to do is remain patient, have some solid rotations. The final 30 seconds of the game, they have the ball on the orange half. This is everything they need to set up. But Adverse looking to make something happen. That's an air dribble all the way to the top corner.
Well, another look from Nava, but it's right at Bernie. And Adverse thought about running up the wall for it, realized he couldn't get there, and that indecisiveness almost cost him another goal. Down to 10 seconds as Samba gives way to Sugar. Nobody else to follow up. Adverse can't come up with it, but it goes right to Nava, to the backboard, and Bernie clears away again. Bernie at the center of 3 straight defensive plays out of Missouri S&T, and now the whole Mavericks team comes together, but it's their MVP. Adverse denied. Bernie, the MVP for the Miners. He ends it, and S&T takes game 1.
Missouri S&T very consistent over the course of this game. UT Arlington started us off with a goal, but Missouri S&T immediately went on a big 2-goal run. After that, UT Arlington battled it back for the tie game, but once Missouri S&T kind of found their stride, you talk about Bernie stepping up. He's been doing that consistently for this team. He's doing it again. 800 points for Bernie as he was all over the field. A big win, but still that same question is going to get asked here once the series progresses. We know we're going into Forbidden Temple next. Bernie is going to need a little bit more assistance because UTA, they're going to start turning up the heat here, and you need everyone from MST to be on form.
If your game plan is to have one player put up all the crooked numbers throughout the entire series, it will not work out in CRL. It might get you through a qualifier, as it has for Missouri S&T. Somebody else has to help out Bernie, as you mentioned. Sugar up the ladder this time. Time did give quite a bit of assistance on and off the ball in that opening game. They're still going to need a lot more because it was barely enough to get by UT. Dallas again.
No!
And Adverse missed an open net. Thankfully, Nava's there. And oh man, I bet Adverse might have had his head in his hands for a moment like, oh no.
Like, there's no one there. You have all the time in the world. All the time in the world. And it goes off the crossbar. Thankfully, Nava's there to get the goal. Hopefully, Adverse can shake that one off. Because they end up scoring off of it. And they almost end up looking like they're going to get that second goal. Good cheat there from Nava. Pass. Samba. Oh, he's going to take his time. There's a time, I think, bumped Bernie on that ball. So the shot could have went in. I think all Samba really had to do was just shoot that.
Maybe trying to get a little too fancy. Didn't expect to see the net as open as it was. Here goes Bernie now as he leaves that for Sugar. Sugar with a quick recovery, but not quick enough. That's Samba's clear. And this is dangerous. Off to the side of the net. Here comes Bernie. His shot on is saved away by Samba, but Bernie brings it right back in, and that's great out of Nava. Playing it towards the corner exactly where Samba was. Now Adverse trying to stay with this and does to delay any further counterattack out of Missouri S&T.
Ooh, Bernie being aggressive there. Time also trying to help him out. This is a 2v3 situation. That's actually a good shot that comes from it. If Time found the redirect, be a tied up ball game. Look at this pressure from MST. Time with a chance there, but straight to Adverse. And shot accuracy, something that a lot of both of these teams, I mean, really just need to get on. We've seen a lot of close chances and maybe some should be goals go by.
That goes off of Bernie, but right to Sugar. You can see the passing play developing for the Mavericks. It did not quite work out. Now Time trying to go around Nava, tried to fake him out. Did win the challenge, kept this in front. Now Bernie can play it for Sugar, but that's cleared away by Adverse. And I'm pretty sure Adverse has an eagle eye right now on Bernie, watching everything he does. It's almost like his goal to stop Bernie from taking this series over. Here goes Nava. Backboard, can't follow, and Bernie pops it away.
Yeah, looking at Bernie, he has not necessarily had the freedom. He's still able to get the lead in points and the lead in shots as well. 3 of the 4 for Missouri S&T. But Nava is on the other side, and Nava actually has a goal because of it. Bernie, what a chance, though. From Time, the shot's on target. It's a goal. Tied up game.
Everybody looking up and around for Bernie. What's he doing? Well, Adverse took his eye off the ball, it seemed. Didn't have a chance at stopping that from Time. How about that? Perfectly placed, taking advantage of Adverse's momentum, and that ties up game 2 right at the halfway mark.
And that's exactly what Missouri S&T need. Time able to get the shot. Oh, Bernie with the follow-up. Time also committed on that one. So Bernie will try to keep it in play. And being careful. A lot of these teams, these players have time on the ball, but they don't necessarily use it that well. And it's been a big difference maker in the outcome so far, but we'll see which team has the edge. Right now, it's looking like Missouri S&T. They got all the pressure.
And in some cases, Missouri S&T literally has Time on the ball, like he was there, sending this ball downfield, but it's right at Samba. No follow-up. Bernie finally comes in. Got a chance to center this. Sugar's there. Going to be awkward for Samba. He can't catch it, and the Miners take the lead.
This is so good for Missouri S&T. Bernie decides to take a step back, become assist man, and Sugar steps up there. Great shot past the defense. Missouri S&T with the lead.
Inside 2 minutes, as these last 45 seconds or so have absolutely been owned by Missouri S&T. There's still a lot of Rocket League to go. Samba does not have a flip. That didn't matter. He almost found a way to wiggle that one through. Now Sugar, does he have another touch on this? He certainly does, and Samba makes the save with Time bearing down on him. It's still in a dangerous spot, especially after that miss by Nava, as Missouri S&T has UT Arlington just baffled right now.
Yeah, I mean, for me, though, the defense on both sides still very shaky. That being said, Samba does get that goal line save, preventing it from being a 2-goal game. But look at this transition. Samba finds the tying goal with the assist from Nava.
Oh, and this is great. Developing from way downfield. Get the flip reset. Past Sugar, past Bernie. Oh, brilliant play as Arlington does answer back. It looked like Missouri S&T was going to start riding that wave of momentum through the rest of this game, and it has been ripped from them. Bernie's dropped one down right to Time, and away goes Missouri S&T again, looking to get that one back. We've seen a lot of quick answers out of goals. This one might tide us over into OT. We'll see. Time's on his way back. Adverse trying to float one on and got this to the backboard, but Sugar's got the clear.
You know, they had a great counter attack. Oh, that's almost a goal. I'm surprised they gave Sugar all that time on the ball. He almost punished them heavily for it. Would have been the lead for Missouri S&T. Final 30 seconds, and it's still shaky here from these two. Overtime looming, but there's still a chance for someone to take it before the time runs out.
Adverse up by a mile ahead of Sugar there. Now trying to hit Nava. The pass not quite on the mark. He was a little bit behind him. So now with 15 seconds left. Last call belongs to Missouri S&T. They got numbers, and Adverse does not wait at all. Boy, that was very proactive defense, and it had to be, and it saved this game. Maybe the series. We'll see what happens in OT between the Miners and Mavericks.
Again, defense very shaky on both sides. We have seen this one barely not go into the net at some points, and it could be a quick one or it could be long. It all depends. Missouri S&T have not been able to deal with the transitions though from UT Arlington. They give them so much room, and it's one of the reasons why they got scored on from that crazy transition where Samba scores the goal. Again, stopping this team from having time in air and also quickly going in on the counterattack would be big for MSC. And
it hasn't changed. You see all the space they have at midfield. It just Missouri S&T at times defensively seem like they're packed in like sardines on their own half of the field. Adverse is gotten by Sugar, but nobody else downfield to chase this down, so Time will have some time. Not a lot of it. Samba with one demo, looking for Bernie as well. But now look at Adverse. I mean, he has until tomorrow to play this, and it just goes in.
Everyone is on this left side of the field. Watch us. Everyone goes toward the ball. I mean, Time is off the respawn, but someone needs to be home in net. Nava blocks Bernie. Adverse just has to put it straight in the middle, and now we have a tied up series.
Everybody's over on one side of the field. The ball's over there too, and nobody took the initiative to just go, I got it? Question mark? Oh, well. 3-2. Arlington ties up the series now, and, well, this is going to be, I think, a sign of what we're going to see throughout the whole series here, Daz. It would surprise me if this did not go the distance, because it does look like we have two very evenly matched squads here through two games.
Yeah, it does seem like that. In terms of like that last play as well, I mean, all it takes is knowing the distance between the ball and the opponent. And seeing Missouri S&T, there's no way someone's going to be able to make the ball and get a legit challenge. So don't pull yourself out the net. Just stay in and let UT Arlington just kind of throw the ball at you. It's a better idea to double commit that way than just completely remove yourself from the net. But that being said, it's a tied up series. We knew UT Arlington were going to have some adjustments, and they ended up doing so. Bernie actually was not a big factor in game 2. He kind of took a step back, let Sugar and Time do the work, and they actually did perform. So now we need to see Missouri S&T act as a unit. If they're all on the same page, I think they take this game 3.
It's not a great touch out of Nava as traffic goes all around the ball. Not many actually hitting it. Everybody crisscrosses in front of the ball. And in the end, Samba gets credit for a save out of all that madness, but it is still absolutely hideous in front of the net. They've got to boom this away. Have not been able to. Here comes Sugar, and it's 1-0.
The setup, the pre-jump here. You see Time slamming that one. Sugars immediately has a read on the ball and gets enough power to where Samba can't reach it. Well executed from Missouri S&T.
One last demo for good measure right at the end of that, and here we go. 33 seconds in, and the Miners have a very early advantage. Can they expand on it? Oh, they almost do as it pinballs around. It's still loose in front, and Samba comes to the rescue. I believe he's already got a save. He's darn close. He's already got 2 saves here in the first minute. Maybe about to get a third. Bernie's shot is saved by Samba for the 3rd time in a minute.
Yeah, already Samba being huge on the defensive end. Maybe needed again. This goes across. Time tried to get it behind him, but a little too wide. And Adverse will be able to clear it away. And we need to see a little bit more Adverse in this game. Him and Samba double commit on the wall, looking for a pass out, but this could be a deadly transition. Adverse able to block the shot in time.
Bernie circling around here, trying to, I think he was trying to shoot from there. Then he improvises with a high bouncer that absolutely nobody goes for. Somehow Adverse ends up on this, and boy, I think Missouri S&T deserved to get scored on there. This goes back into the Mavericks' end, and that whiff from Nava opens up another opportunity. Boy, Missouri S&T are being gifted shot after shot, and they burn the Mavericks again.
Another one. This time it's from Sugar. And look at this. It's a soft touch from Bernie. This is more of a proactive touch here from Sugar. Gets the pre-flip on the ball, sends it top corner. You can't ask for a better shot.
Starting to run away with a tie-breaking 3rd game here. Adverse has time. Samba has all day to play with again, but just lobs one towards Time. Yeah, just because you have time does not mean you need to give him the ball. How did this get through? It is in from Samba. The defense just went into a coma on the goal line.
This bounces off the post, and it just seems like no one was expecting it to go off the post. Everybody had a different read on the ball. Then it goes behind the defense, and it's just a big whoops. Well, all right. You don't want to give that up. 3 minutes left in the game, and oh my goodness, it's tied. Adverse, what is this?
Do not give him any openings. Oh my goodness. Shot of the series so far, and it ties up game 3.
You know it's a good shot when the other team tells you nice shot.
Yep.
That's how you know. Bernie
There's some
gave Adverse a nice shot. Unbelievable.
This one's in an empty net, and it's 3 in a row in the blink of an eye out of the Mavericks.
Wow, things got out of control for Missouri S&T, but for UT Arlington, they are just taking everything they can get. What a run. 3 back-to-back goals. They're able to take the lead for themselves. It all started with one misplay.
They're going to score another. Right here. Samba. Bang!
Oh, my goodness. It's getting out of control. Nava off the top. Adverse, the testing shot. Bernie can't get the clear. And Samba goes all in. And now it's a 2-goal lead for UT Arlington.
That defense looked all out of sorts from the Miners. You could see it coming a mile away. Now everybody cheats up off the kickoff, and go figure, it ends up right with Nava and over Bernie. And then Bernie gets demolished for his efforts, but he's back in the play as he and his squad try and figure out what in the heck has happened in the last minute. They own the first 90 seconds of this game. The last 60 have been property of UT Arlington.
And look at the momentum now from UT Arlington. Good midfield challenges from them. Defense is getting much better. They have someone on that back wall to make stops. The communication even looking much better as well. It looks like after being gifted a goal, they've been able to come back, but that's a big whiff and a failure to punish from Sugar. And Nava's going to try to bring this the other way.
They're breaking out in formation, waiting for a pass that never came. But Samba still ends up with this.
Double.
Clear the runway, and time got in front to stop what would have been an otherwise free double. Now Adverse whiffs, and he still scores. Are you kidding?
No, this defense is not looking good. We have seen pretty much every type of goal scored. It's a whiff on the ball and no one home. Sugar didn't have any boost for that. Oh, it's not looking good for the boys in blue. 5-2 in favor of UT Arlington.
Sometimes you see a play like that and you just wonder. Like you kind of look at the scoreboard and go, all right, I mean, was anybody red, orange there? Nope. They're all green. And they look green as grass on defense. Nava adding yet another 6-2 as the Mavericks have run away with game 3.
Yeah, time already couldn't guess where the ball went the first time. And then by that time, I mean, the shot is just well done. UT Arlington running away with things after Missouri S&T was the one that started things off on a 2-0 run. This is quite the comeback. It's looking good for UTA, but a double from Sugar, and maybe we see some signs of life. 4th
goal of the series out of Sugar. He has scored in bunches in his CRL career. They're going to need him to heat up real quick. 1:23 to go here in game 3. Else they'll be facing match point at the hands of the UT Arlington Mavericks. He's on the kickoff here as time races Adverse to the midfield boost. Adverse won that race, and now Bernie made the stop on Samba, but time's got to follow it up as well. And that's the key, I think, in this game so far. Sure, you can make the stop, but they're not clearing the zone. That was an opportunity that got to the post, and Samba still got the chance to clear. Sugar's got to try and center. He can't, and that kicks off of Bernie too far. Time barely caught up to it, but that was the chance for Missouri S&T. It didn't go their way. Instead, it ended up in their net, and the Mavericks are scoring at will.
They saw Sugar try to push, and they said, okay, we're going to push back. They quite literally pushed him back and then dunked on him. 7-3, UT Arlington. This one, I mean, at this point, you got to look towards game 4 if you're MST.
Wow. Nava up top. Looking for yet another Adverse coming on. And another 8-3.
At this point, Adverse almost hitting 1,000 points. Nice dunk, solid follow-up, and just overtime. No, that don't get confused with that. You've heard that phrase a lot, Stacks, but this is a player.
There is no threat of overtime here. Oh, what a play. Oh, Samba comes up empty. Throws out a faking in the in-game chat. Like, yeah, nobody's buying it, unfortunately. But they don't need to buy anything. The Mavericks have bought themselves match point coming up in the next 23 seconds. All of this is going to overshadow actually a great game out of Sugar. He had a hat trick. He has all 3 goals. For the Missouri S&T Miners, we've been asking for somebody else to step up and do something on the offensive end for Missouri S&T. And when somebody does, cool. But you give up a figure 8 on the other side, almost a 9-ball as well. And UT Arlington just marches on to match point.
Yeah, this doesn't look good for Missouri S&T. I mean, you can give credit to Sugar, like you said. He had, one standout game, but it comes at the cost of a very poor defensive showing. Only 2 saves, 8 goals let in. They just had no way of stopping UT Arlington. It comes down to, lack of rotation, poor boost, but also some good shots as well. Adverse and Samba. I mean, pretty much everyone. And there was at least 1 goal that was really well scored. And I think that being said, though, at the same time, there were some goals that should not have been goals on the blue side. So loading up Utopia Coliseum for game 4. Missouri S&T backs against the wall in a big series. UT Arlington, they just need to close it out here.
Adverse has had an absolutely ridiculous series. Yeah, like actual video game stats. 5 goals, 6 assists. It's like he's back at his old RSC stomping grounds. Just running the show for UT Arlington. And now Missouri S&T has to find an answer for that. Time will draw this back towards Sugar. That's run in front, but Bernie's right there. Big booming clear downfield, and on brand, Adverse there to stop it.
And now, we talk about Bernie over the course of the series, but besides game 1, he's been pretty quiet. This is where the team needs him the most to really turn things up. Try to see if they can force that game 5, because Time is trying to do the work. Sugar didn't expect the ball to get through. It gets thrown to the sidewall, and Time will try again. Meanwhile, Bernie gets taken out of this play, and they'll just fall on the sidewall.
Boy, it is tough to get that ball that close to the goal line, and even tougher to recover after you don't score that chance. Adverse with a big win over Time, and now Samba racing this down to the corner, did not get to it. Time coming on, and Adverse cut him off. All the boost deals, though, coming out for Missouri S&T. They even got a demolition. Samba almost got dunked by Bernie. Adverse plays around Sugar. A clever touch relieves all the pressure, and hold the phone. Nava almost got by Bernie.
I almost bumped Bernie as well. Bernie could have been taking out the play there. Would have been an easy look. Having solid offense usually makes up for poor defense, but that's if you can keep the ball out of your own half. Right now, Missouri S&T struggling with that, but they do get that flick. We should give them some space.
That miss by Nava is going to slow their efforts down and give Missouri S&T an opening, and Time blocked by Nava. Sugar coming in as well to take this away from Adverse. Bernie to the backboard, but Time coming up a little late.
Is that open?
The net is open. Adverse going to walk it right in.
And first goal from Adverse here. You see Samba trying to go for the goal steal, but it really is Missouri S&T. They don't need to sit in the house on that play. They do so. No one there for the follow-up. It's a clean goal for UTA.
And the problem isn't that they sent the house, it's that they waited and then sent him. Bernie can't get back, and it's another kickoff goal for the Mavericks.
And they are not waiting around. Quick, great cheat off the kickoff. Samba sees an opportunity and slots it in. 2-goal lead with 3 minutes and 4 seconds left.
Wow. This series has turned on its head. I mean, this was a really close series for 10 minutes. Actually, for better part of 12 and a half minutes. And then all of a sudden, it just became a UT Arlington free play session. There's still time, though, for the Miners here. Time, throwing one in front. Bernie's going to have a chance to come on, and Samba, I think, was baiting him in. He almost got it by. This is rolled just wide by Nava. Boy, they're getting a lot of good looks. There's one that Samba bounces through.
Oh, man, that's tough. I'm looking at this one. Time tries to get a piece of it, gets a bump on Sugar. Samba has all the space in the world, and by the time Sugar even tries to get the challenge, the ball slotted right under him. 3-goal lead. We're halfway through game 4. Arlington looking to close this one out.
2.5 minutes to go. The one thing that Missouri S&T can hang on to, they did this to us in half a game. Why not us? Big demolition at a time. Bernie over Samba, and they're right back in it.
That's a good kickoff goal, but they're going to have to build off of that and see if they can use that momentum to turn it into some more offense. Down by 2:25 left on the clock.
They've at least cut into the lead. That's all they could do with that sequence. Certainly not going to win the game or the series with the next one either. This is loose in front, and Adverse extends it back to a 3-goal lead.
And I'm looking here. This one, oh, someone just needs to jump for that. Adverse has so much time to get that shot. It's in front of the goal line. You just need somebody to put a hand up. You're almost there in terms of the comeback, and it gets away from him.
And then this ball gets by Time. Nava's already there. He came in from literally out of nowhere. Now Time right down Broadway, and Adverse has the save. As he's had his hands on just about everything. A big bump from Time, and Sugar scores.
That's the offense you want to see from Missouri S&T with this one into the corner. They finally send the house, and it works off. Time with a big bump to set up a lane for Sugar, and they make it a 2-goal game.
They put Samba in the net, and they put the ball in behind him. Loose here, but Samba wins that race off the kickoff. Still quickly downfield to Sugar, and this is what Missouri S&T's doing. They're sending that home run ball deep down the field, hoping somebody can run onto it. The problem is, it leaves you open to shots like this, and Samba almost just put it away for good, perhaps.
And now it's about looking at the clock, seeing what Missouri S&T can do with the ball here. First things first, they have to get control of possession. There's been a lot of boomer ball, but this may be a good chance. They move downfield, making sure that these clears and these transitions from UT Arlington aren't as long and drawn out as the one we're seeing right now is going to be key as we approach the final minute.
Adverse taking his time, trying to slice through the defense. Now Samba not in any rush, but he does dance around one. Bernie right down the middle, nobody else to follow. Time, you know, he wanted to come up, but realized to keep his team in it, he had to take a step back. Now he can take a shot, perhaps, taking his time, trying to center, and the ball just never got off. I mean, he kept holding on and holding on. Now this ends up back in their net, and Adverse might have just ended it.
This one definitely looks like it could be the end. Adverse gets a beautiful redirect off a pass from Naval all the way downfield, and with 46 seconds on the clock, a 3-goal deficit, Missouri S&T may be all out of time.
45 seconds left to turn all of this around, and it just looks like it will take a Herculean effort. Sugar, at least an opportunity. One more to beat. He got through, but Adverse is still there, and the final boss stops them again. Downfield, Nava, open net, and the Mavericks are going to dance the night away.
Look at that. Another transition. We've seen this so many different times. Pass out from Adverse to Nava. It's an open look. No one home for Missouri S&T, and that's going to be kind of the name of the game here. Lots of offensive gifts given to UTA, and they wasted none that was given to them.
The final seconds will tick off as little more than a formality, and then just a time limit for the Mavericks to add maybe one more goal. Adverse will just bring it all the way back, and boy, he can finally set the controller down, man. You've done enough tonight, as Missouri S&T falls to the UT Arlington Mavericks. Nava looking to add one more, and finally, somebody stopped an Arlington shot on net. My goodness, what a furious charge over the last 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, talk about the turnaround for UT Arlington. Missouri S&T came out with all the momentum, but at the end of this, it just seemed like they broke down at some point, and Arlington remained consistent, got a lot of good looks on net, and didn't waste any time or opportunity. They actually gave Missouri S&T so little time to work with that when they were caught on defense, it was just not a good look for them.
Missouri S&T, as Daz mentioned, they started off so strong, took the first game, battled in the second, had a 2-goal lead a minute into game number 3, but Samba's defense turned everything around for the Arlington Mavericks, and then they went on to score, 6 unanswered goals en route to an 8-3 drubbing of the Miners, and then, as you saw, 6-2. Despite Missouri S&T's best efforts to come back multiple times in that last game, it was not enough. Adverse. And I mean, we could call out one player all we want. All 3 of them were just simply better tonight. Big second win for the Arlington Mavericks as they close out the night on 2-4. A big sigh of relief for them as they continue to climb up the standings. We have one more match remaining. We're going to see once again the Cal State Fullerton Titans. They've got another Texas team because we haven't seen enough of Texas tonight. The Dallas Comets take the stage next as CRL continues.